Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Mongil Star Dive video. Now this game is going to launch very soon, right? It has a pre-download available today. If you guys haven't done that, I'm going to do mine after this particular video. But right now, Rerolling. Let's talk a little bit more about this. If you guys are not aware, you can basically pre-register and that's how you're going to be able to install the game. Alright, the game will also be available on Epic Game Store if you guys want to go with that. It's not on Steam, however. Now there is going to be a dedicated PC launcher via the Netmarble launcher. Hold your horses. I know a lot of Netmarble haters will be like, Netmarble, I hate. Listen, calm down. Alright, listen. There's a chance that this is going to be a bit different. Alright, I'm just saying, right? You know, like, I know the hate for Netmarble could sometimes be there. I get it. But the truth is, I'm still going to play the game. Hopefully enjoy the game. We're going to reroll. We're going to see what it is. But if you guys want to pre-register, it is on the website stardive.netmarble.com, right? So let's talk a little bit more about what we can expect in terms of Mongil Star Dive. How should you reroll? What is the approach right here, and also like what's the best way to go about it. Now first things first, you are going to get this girl that you see on this screen right here. This is going to be a free character, Francis. Alright, you just pre-register, you will be able to get her. She's going to be a 4-star supposedly, so we don't really need to worry about her. Now if you're here for the gooning aspect, you're a gooner gamer, sure, right? Get her and then like just enjoy the game how it is. If you don't want to reroll, you don't have to. But if you're watching this guide, there's a chance that you are interested in knowing what to do specifically. So we're going to talk about a couple of things, who or what, and the characters, the steps, what is the approach generally, right? So first things first, with every single one of these type of games, you guys are aware how it is, right? You're going to play through the tutorial in the first couple of like minutes. Apparently this game has about 15 minutes of a tutorial. You play through that, you go through all of the steps, necessary steps to do the things, and then you are going to reach the so-called recruit section. Now the first recruit that this game has, alright, I'm just going to pause. Oh, the devs are showing off some massive stuff, right? Now big shout out to this particular website, Tichara right here. Now 50 minutes of gameplay, alright, you're going to be able to recruit the characters, and alright, you are going to get a so-called standard, like tutorial summon, right? Tutorial summon at the beginning. That is going to be the first time recruitment. Like basically they give you a tutorial, you are going to be able to pull the character, right? Now that one, apparently the first 10 pull that you do will not give you any 5-star. Alright, it is going to be a 10 pull multi-summon with random 4-star character guaranteed. It is impossible to obtain 5-star characters here. And this banner also expires after a single multi-pull. So don't try to reroll right here, right? You're wasting your time. The first 10 pull, right, that one is going to be just there for you to be able to get the characters, alright? You are not going to get any 5-star right there. So don't worry about that, just get whatever, right? It's going to be this one, right? I believe. No, this one is going to be the later one. So keep that in mind, right? So that's going to be something that you want to pay very close attention to, that you don't try to get any 5-star right there. And then later on, you play through a little bit more, you are going to reach the Compass of Promise, right? Now this one, that's where you can start rerolling, right? You can either reroll here, alright, there are going to be 2 steps of reroll, right? You are going to reroll here first. If you want to go through the first layer, first step of reroll, this is going to be where you're trying to reroll. Now who is going to be the best one right here, right? Now keep in mind, this one is going to be a 5-star standard character. Alright, remember this is going to be standard character. You are going to be able to pull in 20 pulls. However, there is going to be a bit of discount. The 10 pull is going to be 8 pull. Alright, it is going to be a little bit of discount, 20%, right? So ideally, you only need like 16 pulls to hit the 20 pull guaranteed. So it's going to look something like this. Alright, you can see. I believe this is the banner, you can see, right? So this is going to be the 20 out of 20. You guys can see it's a bit small right there. And the 10 pull is discounted to become 8 pull. So you just need to do it 2 times, right? 8 times 2, 16. You are going to get one of the characters right here, right? Now, this one is going to give you a 5-star. You are going to be able to... Essentially, this is like a selector if you're trying to reroll, right? You are trying to pick the characters that you want, right? Now, the best character, alright? Who is going to be the best one? Probably it's going to be G1. Alright, G1 probably is going to be one of the better character. I would say it's either G1 or Flare. Alright, these two, depending on which route you are going with. I'm going to dive into more shortly. Give me a moment first. Alright, so keep in mind 1% chance for 5-star characters, 6% for 4-star characters or artifacts, 93% for 3-star artifacts. So you are going to do this standard banner within 16 pulls, boom. Alright, once you get that out of the way, alright, you're also going to get the Eternal Promise banner, alright, Compass of Promise, a standard 5-star character of your choice within 50 pulls right here, and identical to Eternal Promise, right? So this is going to be the one that you can get later on, alright? So that you can basically choose after you have done this particular one, I believe, right? And then there's going to be the limited rate up banner. So this is going to be what it is, right? So Esther is going to be the first limited banner, alright? She is going to be like the first rate up banner. So she is essentially the Sealy of Honkai Star Rail, you know, the first banner. She is that for this particular game, like Venti for Genshin, you know, like, or even Ji Yen for Wuthering Wave. That was the first banner, right? So Esther is essentially the first rate up banner. Now this one is going to be your focus. Ideally, you want to try to get her, right? This is the second layer of reroll, right? You want to try to see if you can get her. You are going to have about, I believe if you play the game a little bit more, you have about like 10 to 20 pulls. I'm not too sure if you get enough to do the limited banner, right? So for her, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Once you have done the standard banner pull, then if she is your goal, then go for it, right? As you can see right here, guarantee within 80 attempts, alright? Which I believe they changed it to 90 if I'm not mistaken. So there will not be any 50-50. Let me see if I can... Yeah. So this is going to be how it is. It is going to be guaranteed within 90. Alright, as you can see right there. And there's no 50-50. So you are going to get like the soft PT, I believe 75 onwards, right? So that's going to be the one that you want to go with. She is probably going to be the best option for any rerollers out there. Now, if you are trying to get Esther, then in the first 20 pull, that beginner banner that you do earlier, the recommended one is going to be G1. Now G1 is going to be one of the best support for her, right? If you're making a team, same element as you can see right here, right? They are both going to be wind element, I believe, right? So this is going to be what it is. You are going to be able to buff your Esther very, very strong. So you have the synergy right there. This is going to be have one team complete. You just insert one more character in there and you're gonna be good to go. Now if you want a DPS character, then a lot of players are going to recommend Flare. Now Flare, this girl right here, pretty strong. She's one of the stronger, I would say, DPS or destruction characters in the game. She's going to be fire elemental. Now, if you want to go with her, then yeah, she's going to be an option as well, right? So either G1 or Flare is going to be one of the best ones. Now, the rest of these, it is going to be dependent, right? Again, this is going to be a launch tier list that's based upon the beta. So take everything you see here with a grain of salt. There's some things here that might not be applicable or super accurate depending on how the game is going to be when it launches, right? So that will be how it is. What else? So you are going to guarantee her within 90 pull. 75 pull is going to be the, I guess, the soft PT increase, right? So every time you pull the featured rate up character, you get the 10 compasses of memory, right? 1% for the 5-star as per usual. PT progress carries over between any of these rate up banner. So if you pull for her, you can't get her, it is going to carry on to the next one. So in my opinion, the best reroll option for you to do is to get her in the second layer of reroll, and in the first layer of reroll, the one in the 16 pull, the one in 20 pull, discounted 16 pull, you want to get a G1 right there. So that would be ideally the route that I will go towards, right? Now keep in mind about rerolling. For those of you who are not aware, like I mentioned earlier, you have two ways of doing this, right? Epic Game Store client or their own PC client, which is using the Netmarble stuff, right? Netmarble client. Now, I'm not too sure how Epic Game Store is going to be. Can you delete the account and stuff? But apparently, if you use the Netmarble client, alright, you can... There's no delete data, but you have to use the salted method. Alright, the email, if you guys are not aware, you have a very specific way to do this. Alright, you have for whatever at gmail.com. Just add a +1, just add a +2, add a +3, right? Keep doing that until you get the one that you want. Now, of course, another method is emulators. If you want to, you can go that route. Emulators is going to have a multi-instance built-in. You can basically set up multiple instances. You can run both games, 3 games, 4 games, 5 games at the same time, right? And that's going to allow you to do multiple different ways to run the game concurrently. You are going to be able to do that, all right? You can clone the instance as many times as you want. Now, according to this particular website, Tichara, right, the optimized reroll route. So you have to speedrun the tutorial, all right? And then, of course, once you finish that, collect everything in your mailbox, get everything, use the coupon codes as well. I believe there are 4 coupon codes, This is going to be the coupon codes that I have access to, or I found so far, right? The DevLife0410, Mongil Discord, and LOVEMONGIL. I believe there's one more. I will need to check again, but for now, this is going to be the third one. I mean, 3 of these, right? If there's any, I'll just pin in the comment section below, right? But this is going to be what it is for the codes early on. All right, you are going to get some things from the code as well. You want to use the code as part of your reroll process, right? So pretty simple and straightforward in that particular regards. So first time, all right, you cannot get 5-star there. So you remember the first time tutorial, you want to get in the second one. That's going to be where you want to try to get that particular one, right? So again, they recommend like a same kind of thing, Jiwoon plus Esther. That's going to be a very, very better one. You have your Wind team going on, and then Flare if you're looking for a 5-star destroyer, and that's pretty much what is going to be the recommendation in terms of rerolling. Now, of course, if you don't care about the meta, you want to like get a number of other characters, you could probably do so. Now, they did mention that there's no censorship for the game. Alright, again, the characters are going to be released as it is. However, they did not really mention anything about buffs or nerfs, right? They are going to be, usually with all of these games, there's a chance that some things are going to change a little bit when the game comes out, right? Some of the characters' kits might be changed slightly, and in the future, right, they might, consider tuning some of the aspect as well. So keep that in mind, right? So that could be something that you have to be very, very careful with. So this is what they have shown in the developer live as well. So in my opinion, if you are rerolling, that would be what you want to go towards. I guess Mina is also going to be quite good if you are looking to get her as well. She's going to be a decent option, right? So yeah, that is going to be the plan. My plan of rerolling right now, this is going to be what it is. If you guys have any other, for any of you guys who maybe get into the beta, you have any other tips that you want to like mention, feel free to leave in the comment section below, right? Feel free to type those, right? As per usual, the game is going to be out very, very soon. Very, very excited. April 15, right? So pre-download available. So we'll see how it goes, right? So with that being said, that's going to be all for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like. We're going to play the game Mongil Star Dive, hopefully when it releases, right? So we're going to see what this game is all about. So come on, hop into my Twitch channel, GuitarRock 89, all right? I mean 69, right? We'll be doing those right there, and I'll be multi-streaming on my other YouTube as well, GuitarRock first. We'll be doing those things, right? As per usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.